It's never over.
Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my DDD that for you for May of 2022. I gotta say, I'm very happy that a lot of people enjoyed the branded Shadow Fusion deck profile that I made. Really, I'm very happy how it went, and you know what? Let's go for another one. Let's go for another deck profile. It did well, so let's do this again. And yeah, DD is one of my favorite decks that basically literally can do anything. Right now, there is a version of it that requires a lot of staples, and I say, you know what? I don't really want to use staples, like, you know, hand traps and all that stuff. So, you know, I just want to play DDs, and I just, you know, gonna make a very fun version of DDs. Obviously, if you want to use hand traps and all that stuff, fine, go do that. Do whatever you want if you want to use hand traps. I know you guys don't like to hear me talk a lot. You guys want to see me do the deck profile. And last but not least, if you're seeing the thumbnail, you see Yubel in the thumbnail. I just thought it looked cool, Yubel being in there saying the little quote on the thumbnail. So yeah, enough of me talking. Let's check out the decks, shall we? So first off, we're starting off with 3 copies of DDD Kepler. Kepler, when he's normal or special summon, he instantly adds a Dark Contract from your deck to your hand, and then the other ones, you can target another DD you control and return it back to the hand. Obviously, you never use that on none of those occasions. The one that you're going to be using is to add a Dark Contract. This adds all your Dark Contract, literally becoming your Rhoda for all your Dark Contracts. But yeah, 3 copies of that. Next, we're running 3 copies of DDD Copernicus. He is your Foolish Burial of the deck. Really great card. When this card's normal special summon, you can send 1 DD or Dark Contract from your deck to the graveyard. Simple as that. So this is great when you've Pendulum Summon or normal summon on this card. Simple enough, so you can add, so you can send in your materials that you need, because obviously you banish to fusion summon, you banish to do other things, and then bring back things back from the graveyard to the field, so you can have more recursion. Next, we're running 3 copies of DDD Griffin, one of the new cards that came out in, I think, was it what, Battle of Chaos. A really great card, and if you control a DD monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. In defense position, if this card is Pendulum Summon, you can discard 1 DD or Dark Contract card, draw a card, and if this card is special summon from the graveyard, you can add 1 DDD card from your deck to the hand, except Griffin, and you can only use these effects once per turn. So each effect once per turn. So really good, great card. Literally just special summon this for free when you control another DD, and then just add a you can discard 1 DDD or Dark Contract to draw a card, or you can add 1 when he's special summon from the graveyard, which is really good. This is literally just when you fusion summon with it. If you fusion summon, you can grab that Dark Contract and then that DD monster, and then if you're going to be using it for XC summoning or links to materials, depending on how you want to use it, it has a lot of really versatile use from the extra deck graveyard. So yeah, really good card. So yeah. And lastly, for the 3-ups of cards, we're running 3 copies of Swirl Sign. Literally one of the best cards that you can use to fusion summon. Literally, it's just 3 polys in this right there. Just free 3 polys. Just, you know, use this and use any DD monster in your hand to fusion summon 1 DD monster. And then the great about this is that you can banish it. Special summon 1 DD monster from your hand to the field. Easy enough. Boom. So that's pretty much all the 3 copies that we're running of the deck. Now let's go for the others. I'm running right now 2 copies of Necro Slime. I see people running this at 1. I can understand that, but since I'm playing a version that does not require hand traps or staple hand traps in the deck, I just wanted to play just pure DDs. It is funny. I just played the 2 Necro Slimes. It's good. Sometimes it's just there for, you know, when you do the Foolish Burial, you send it to the graveyard, use this and another DD to banish them to fusion summon, and that's pretty much it. Really good. The combo is like you use both slimes to fusion summon each other, so you can use them like that. And the last 2 copies of cards we're playing are 2 copies of Orthros. Orthros is a really good card now in DDs. It used not to be a good card. Now it's a great card. It has the Pendulum Skull, which is really good. Once per turn, you can target 1 spell tracker on the field and another DD card or Dark Contract and pop those cards in the field. Then he has his normal effect is if you take any battle damage or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card was special summon, you can special summon this. You can't special summon any other monsters except for fiends. Obviously, all your monsters are fiend. This is literally for if in the end of your turn, if the start of your turn, if you have a Dark Contract and you took any any effect damage, you can special summon this. You have a free tuner on the field, and you can do your shenanigans. Who doesn't love shenanigans? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the 2 copies that were 2-ofs of the deck. Now for the 1-ofs, we're playing the 1 Lamia, the 1 DD Vice Typhon, the 1 DD Ghost. Nobody's playing DD Ghost, but I think DD Ghost is a good card in general, because if you have any of your DD monsters in the banish, send this into graveyard, and then if you have Necro Slime or anything that it lets you banish it, you can activate this effect and target one of those DDs and bring it back to the graveyard, and obviously a lot of versatile. That's why I'm playing it at 1. Then the 1 copy of Cerberus. Cerberus right now is really good. I'm still kind of shocked. This card is now much better in the deck. It has the when it's Pendulum Summon while you control a DD monster or a DD monster other than Cerberus, you can target 1 continuous spell in your graveyard and add it to the hand. Really good to add back your contracts, which is really good. Then we're playing the 1 Thomas is really good and a really nice rarity bump. Thank you for Ghost from the Past. Thomas is really good just to bring out those level 8 monsters that you have in your deck. Then you bring out here the Triple D King of the Oblivion, Ragnarok. Then something that I'm using, a lot of people are not using, is the 1 copy of the Triple D Destiny King Zero Palanus. This is one of the first reprints of the Ghost from the Past of a promo that came out in the Shonen Jump issue of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. A really good card, I gotta say. A really interesting card. I know a lot of people are not going to be using this because it's too situational or something like that, but I just wanted to run at least 1 of each of the new cards that came out, and cards that I couldn't get, like this one. But yeah, pretty cool card, I gotta say. It's Pendulum Phase. During your main phase, you can add a face-up Triple D monster from your extra deck to the hand. You can only use this effect of La Palace once per turn. So literally, you can add this back or any of the other Triple DD monsters that you have on the deck to add it back to your hand, so you can easily pendulum summon them again for free. And the great thing is the scale 1. And the other effect is you can special summon this card from your hand by choosing 1 Triple D monster before doing the damage calculation. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. This card attack becomes double the opponent's monster's attack until the end of the damage phase. If this card attacks a defense position monster, it does piercing damage. The first time this card will be destroyed by battle, it doesn't get destroyed, and you take no battle damage. So really good card, I gotta say. Really interesting effect as well. Obviously, you might not even play this card. I can understand that. It's situational. It's just something weird. But I like it. It's a scale 1. You never get wrong with a scale 1, and then adding back recursions for Triple D monsters, which is pretty cool. Then we're playing the new guy that came out in Ghost from the Past, which is Triple D Vice King Requiem. This guy looks dope. I gotta say, I like the art. The art who did this. Nice job. I gotta say, nice job. Nice job. A really great card. He's a scale 4. He's a level 8 monster, if I'm correct. Yes, that is true. He's a level 8 monster. And he says on his pendulum effect, you can target any number of dark contracts in cards you control, destroy them, and if you do special summon this card from your pendulum zone, which is pretty cool, then you can increase or decrease the level by the number of destroyed dark contracts or dark contracts. Use this effect of Triple D monster. So yeah, you can literally use so you can destroy the dark contracts that you have, any of your dark contracts that you use overall. Like you can use all the you can use the contracts that you're using, so you can pop them, so you can lower his level. Interesting enough, that can use for synchro, XCs, which is really good. And then let's go for his monster effect. So his monster effect, you can special summon this card, special summon this monster, except for triple D monsters. A triple D monster that was fusion summon, synchro summon, XC summon, link summon, using this card on the field as a material gains this effect. Which is pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Once per turn, you can target one card in the field. Shuffle one dark contract from your field or graveyard into the deck. And if you do destroy that target, this card gains 1,000, and then the target then gain 1,000 life points. You can only use this effect once per turn. So pretty cool. Like I say, so it's literally just a shuffle back like a unicorn. So literally, it gives you the effect of a unicorn, which is pretty cool. And gain 1,000 life points, which is good. Next up, we're running the one copy of Go Triple D Divine Zero King Rage. Oh god, now that's her name. Ooh, it just left me out of. So this is another promo that you could have gotten in the Shonen Jump manga of Arc V, which is pretty cool. This is supposed to be the character. I think one of the antagonists, antagonists of the show, which uses the DDD DDD archetype. Pretty cool. So he's a scale 0. So scale 0. You gotta love that. You have all the scales. And it reads, if you take any effect damage, you take no damage. If you normal summon a level 5 or higher DD monster, you can do this without tributing its cost. You can only use this effect of Divine Zero once per turn. Pretty cool. Then now for his monster effect. When this card attacks, your opponent's life points is 4,000 or less, you can make this card gain equal to the life points of your opponents until the end of this turn. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no damage until the end of the turn from the battle till the end of the turn. Then you can you contribute one other monster to apply one of these effects until the end of the turn. So that's it. So the 3 effects that you have is that this card can attack directly. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects or spell in the spell and trap card zone. Your opponent cannot activate effects in the graveyard or in the hand. Wow. Whew. That's a lot of text. I gotta say, this one and Endymion the Mighty Magical Magister. Oof. That's a lot of text I had to read. Oof. After this, I gotta get a water. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the monsters that we're running. These are the only Triple D monsters that we're running, and that's pretty cool because we can actually recur these guys because they go back into the extra monsters and the extra deck. And this Destiny King Zero is gonna bring these back to the handlebars, which is nice. But yeah. That's pretty much for the monsters. Now for the spells. For the spell lines, we're running 3 copies of the Pyre Priest map. This is literally a rota for the deck. What it does is that at the start of the main phase, you can add a monster with a 0 attack from your deck to your hand. But half your life points after adding that card. You cannot add monster with the effect or the same name of that card until you normal summon that monster. So literally, you add any of your level, any monster that has 0 attacks. Literally, the King, your Forticus, your Kepler, and all that stuff. I use this more for late games. Never use this at the beginning of games. Even if I have it on hand on the first turn or early games, I wait for this so I can use it. I don't recommend using it on early games. Late games is really better. But yeah. Then obviously for the other things, we're playing 3 copies of Dark Contract with the Gate. This is one of your other Rota cards in the deck. You just activate this, add any of your DD monsters to the hand. But remember, at the end of the start of your turn, I just stand my face. You take 1,000 damage, which is alright. It's alright. That's part of the it's in the contract. Now for the one we're playing the 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Then we're playing the 1 Dark Contract with the Palant License. This is the field spell that you're running in the deck. This card is really nuts. I gotta say, this is a nutty card. A nutty card. So it reads: if your opponent special summons a monster with the same card type as Fusion, Synchro, XC, or Link as a DD monster you control, except during the damage card ability, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Also, while this card is face up on the field, your opponent cannot special summon monsters with the same card type as that special summon monster for the rest of the turn. That's correct. That's really good. Then it says if this card was sent to the graveyard, you can add one DD monster from your graveyard or one face-down pendulum monster from your extra deck to the hand. So literally, this is really good because if your opponent special summons a synchro monster, he can't do more synchro summoning. He can't do any more link summoning, depending on which ones he's going to be using. So really nutty card. Really nutty card. And then for the winners, we're playing the one Monster Reborn, the one for one. 1 for 1. So yeah, 1 for 1. The one Foolish Bear, so we can send. And the one Called by the Grave. So that's pretty much it for the spells. Like I said, we're not running any hand traps, something that you can actually have a little bit of a piece with. A little piece in your mind, so you don't have to spend a lot of money in your hands. And that's pretty much it for the spells. For the traps, we're running the one Headhunter. Headhunter is really good. This is literally like a crackdown for DDs, which is really good. It says if you control a triple D monster, you can target one face-off monster your opponent controls. Take control until the end of the phase of the turn, but its effects are negated. It cannot declare its attack. Also, if a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, it is also treated as a DD monster. So literally, that monster becomes a triple D monster for free, and you can use it as a material for your fusion summon, synchro summon, link summon, or etc. And lastly, we're playing the one Contract with the Witch and one Dark Contract with Eternal Darkness. This card is actually really good in the deck. Right now, since we're playing a variant that's playing a lot of DD stuff, we can use more of the traps. And right now, these 3 traps are the best ones that you can use. So yeah, really good. And that's pretty much it for the spells and trap cards. Now let's go for the extra deck. Now for the extra deck, we're running here 3 copies of DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh, the only Link monster you're going to be playing this deck. Literally, one of the amazing of this is that it easily can bring back 2. Oh my god, this is where my brain started. 2 copies of DD monsters into your Pendulum Skulls for free and take 1,000 damage. You cannot special summon any monsters instead of DD monsters. And it's really good. If this card was sent to the graveyard by battle or anything, you can special summon one DD monster from your extra deck or graveyard in the defense position, which is really good. This easy enough gives you access to your graveyard and extra deck. Pretty nifty. And helps you with, even bringing out the Pendulum monsters. Now for the fusion, we're rolling obviously the 2 Genghis, the 1 Oracle, and the 1 Triple D Flame High King Genghis. When you normal summon or special summon a DD monster, special summon a DD monster. Oracle, gain life points from when you lose life points, you gain life points from any card effects. King negates does the same special summons and negates spells and trap cards except during the damage phase on your turn. Now for the XCs, we're playing the 1 Wave King Caesar, so we can go to Marksman King Tell, and then we're playing also the Wave High King Caesar. Then we're playing 1 copy of Triple D Kali Yuga, and then we're playing the 1 copy of, this is the one that I forget the name, Armageddon, the XC version of Armageddon. A lot of people don't play this guy. I do because it's really funny, and it's just like the reaction of people when it comes out. The big boss himself, King Debut, King Debut, really good card. A really good card, a really amazing card. I'm gonna say it because it's true, and you say, "Oh my God, stop saying that! It's amazing. We get it." It's a really good card because you can easily see when you have Gilgamesh on the field, you can XC summon this onto a Triple D monster, and you have a really good board on the field. The great thing about this is you can attach 2 materials or send 1 Dark Contract spell or tracker on the field to the graveyard. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls. and then bounce it, add it to as a material. So basically, it absorbs anything that comes into the way. Then we're playing the 1 Curse King Siegfried, and then we're playing the Triple D Supreme Doom King Bright Armageddon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Now, a lot of people are going to be telling, oh, why not the Baroness? Oh, why not this? Why not that? Like I said, if you want to play Baroness, if you want to play that, if you want to play that, go nuts. I know people play 2 copies of this. I wanted to use different DD monsters so we can have a little bit more variety on my summons and on the fusion summon, on the extra deck, and everything like that. So we can have a little bit more fun in the deck and, you know, enjoy. And that's pretty much it for the extra deck, guys. So, yeah. Ooh. Pretty much that. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy that. Anyways, we had a lot of fun here. But yeah, I gotta say, this is one of my favorite decks. Overall, I remember when this came out, and a lot of people were excited, and then since Zodiac came out, everybody just bailed on DDs and just gave it the cold shoulder. This could have been a meta tier deck on that time, but never did he get that shine. But right now, DDs is being a really good contender of a rogue deck, and I am very happy for that. Really am, and really great deck that is having more and more support, giving more strength to it, and is keep going and going. And I hope it keeps going on to get more support in the near future. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, comment, like, subscribe, turn that notification button on so you can always stay in tune for videos. And if you didn't like this video, there's the door and there's the window, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.